All right, hey guys, this is our KVK5 review. Now that we finished, we played the new Keener Blades format. Um, Definitely a very interesting format. We were the pioneers here coming in, playing it for the first time. Um, Kind of interesting. The matchmaking this KVK wasn't really super great, but I won't get into it. Um, as a general overview, our KVK is here. So you can see that we were water camp, which is down here in the bottom right. We were allied with daybreak and fire. So those are the two on the top left here, top left and middle left. And our opponents were Earth Camp, Wind Camp, and Greenwood. So these three here. Um, yeah, so it was definitely a very interesting KVK. Good amount of fighting. Some of these kingdoms here are definitely on different calibers than others, I would say. But it was a fun KVK nonetheless from a fighting perspective. I wish things would have played out differently at various different aspects. Obviously, we're not in Zig at the Zig or in Kingsland for his KVK. We lost, but um, it is what it is. There's a lot of stuff that can be said about that, but I won't make that into a YouTube video. Um, what I wanted to go over was all of the stuff that we got from the end of KVK and um, kind of review our stats here. So we can go ahead and look at our coalition tech. So you can see our coalition tech. Um, this is kind of like the light versus darkness KVK technology. Bumper seasons, gathering speed, barb damage, more tokens, more tokens. This is where you can get tech tokens from bastions. There's some troop attack. These elite unit enhancement, that is for the skills over here. Valiant stand and combat tactics, those are damage to rallied armies and damage to garrisons. Special concoctions is your hospital. Precaution prevents peril is more donation chances. Time is of the essence, makes it so you can donate tech faster. So this was originally like 20 or 30 minutes, and then it was reduced by that amount. Crystal Craze, this increases your production, not the it increases the max production, not the production rate. This is very important. So, like, this doesn't mean that you get more crystals faster from your crystal mine. It means your crystal mine can hold more crystals without you having to collect it. So, like, normally this is like 400,000 or whatever that you can hold in max mine. This increases that 400,000 number. It doesn't increase the rate at which you get crystals. Um, Defensive formation, that's defense, obviously. Spoils of war is another mastery thing. Or, oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. This is, you can get tech tokens whenever you fight enemy camps. Weapon whiz is the extra tech tokens. This is flag burn speed. This is flag health. This is more elite points. This is attack and defense, more elite points, marching speed, and then attack and defense for all the troop types. And then no time to lose. This reduces the cooldown for your mastery skills. We didn't quite get to it in time. We were trying to for one of the achievements, but it is what it is. It's all good. But yeah, and then, just like a regular tech tree, there's certain requirements that you have to get for the text to be able to unlock them. Like, for example, to whenever we had infantry attack at 1, we needed to get that to 3 to work on infantry defense. But yeah, it was fun. Mastery skills, you can see this is what I use. I'm not going to say that these were the best. I think that there are probably some different choices that you could have made. Um, it seems that the meta for his KVK is, I mean, it's very field heavy, but it also focuses on manipulating the building of the enemies a lot. So, for example, like Cure and Brandish, and I don't think the archers had a better option, but um, there were some better things that you could have chosen potentially. Um, yeah, and this skill was the absolute dominator of this KVK. This skill is so incredibly strong. It's broken. Um, it's you can burn a fort in like 6 hours if you have enough people with devastate. It's absolutely insane. Um, but yeah, so we can go look at honor here. We'll look at the occupation leaderboard. 2218 got the Zig. It looks like. Um, got a couple of kingdoms in here. We took we didn't take too many of the holy sites here. It looks like maybe 2470 did. 2756 also took like just a camp. It looks like. Um, individual points. Yeah, so you'll be able to see here. I was really struggling with speed ups this KVK, to be honest. Even now, I'm still kind of low, but I did what I could. I got 144 million kill points. Heal points 149 million, so I did quite a bit of tanking. Even though my equipment's pretty solid, I mean, uh, Greenwood was a tough camp to fight. And death points here, I'm at 9 million, so nowhere near the top 10 in any of these, as you can see. They all put my scores to shame, but yeah, it's all good. So now we have camp here. Camp honor, you can see we were in 5th this KVK. We just barely squeaked out 5th over Wind Camp. It's kind of interesting. This is the way that the honor played out. I mean, I guess it makes sense with the occupations to kind of change like that. But okay. Coalition, we were 5th. We also had a coalition at 12th and 15th. And then, yeah, we didn't get any under those. And then individual honor. You can see here, 2027 had like, these guys were grinding barbs all KVK. It was insane. Yeah, you can see here I got 11th out of 20. So just taking a quick scroll through. Looks like I was the highest in water camp. Next highest was 38th. There's another one at 63rd, 71st. I think once it was kind of shown that we weren't going to win, a lot of people just got their 100K and stopped. 88th, 96th. Okay. So there's that. We just looked at the expedition leaderboard and look at the path of greatness now. Yeah, so in terms of conquest rewards, we are on the losing side, so we obviously didn't get any of these rewards, but it is what it is. There's always time for it in future KVKs. Honor rewards. Okay. Crusader achievements. So you can see I'm getting both of these here for killing 4 million T4 units from other camps and for killing 15 million units from other camps. You have to fight for the runes and altars in this KVK, and yeah, like I mentioned, Greenwood was just kind of insane. And I didn't really kill a whole lot of barb forts because I needed speed ups more than anything. I was doing a lot of chaining. I just barely missed this mastery skill thing here. I would not try to wait until the end of KVK to try to get this one done specifically. This is something that, like, especially in those downtimes before war starts, or um, like the down periods between war, or like before pass openings, like far enough ahead, like pop some extra mastery skills so that way you aren't like trying to get them done like at the end. For us, it was a little unfortunate because every time you left alliance or your alliance left the coalition, you lost all your mastery skills. So for me, that kind of impacted this, but oh well, it is what it is. You can see here I got this Autar Testimony fragment because I got 10 million kills, and then I obviously got all the other rewards here from the individual achievements. This goes down pretty far. But yeah, so there's all that. Coalition, yeah, so you can see this was a Greenwood fight. This was, Kingsland, obviously. This is that tech at the end of the tree that I was telling you about, and then here's the rest of the stuff that we got. You can see like some of these are related to the coalition tech that you get, and then you can see for the camp. Unfortunately, we didn't hit 20 million honor, but we got the 10 and 15 million ones. And then first time looking at these leaderboards, we can go through everyone, see how it looks. So individual for healing, you can see there's does not include tier 1 units. Okay, so this is just like the units healed. Okay. Yeah, so you can see I'm obviously not in the top 100 here because there's no banner or whatever under me, but we'll go through the individuals for all of these, and then we'll go through the alliances and then the kingdoms. So there's top 100 for heals, top 100 for kills here. And again, unfortunately, I wasn't in the top 30 or top 100 for this. My speed ups, unfortunately, did not allow me to get up as high, but we did what we could. Now I'll show the retrospect at the end of this as well. Code just barely get into that top 100. And then for the dead leaderboards, scroll back up to the top here. Yeah, and this also just shows like the tier troops. But yeah, you can see the ranks here. Got some farms in there, it looks like. Kacha 34th. Get all the way down here to 100th. There's Ken. Brown Eye. Okay. So that's it for all of those. And then for the alliances, we won't go through everyone. But yeah, so here you can see the amount of healing per alliance breakdown. We spent a lot of time. There's 2340 people. We spent a lot of time in the other alliances fighting. I wonder if that's going to be reflected. Oh yeah, here is 10th and 11th, kind of close. If you add them up, we're like up here. Although I guess you can say that about some of these other camps too. But yeah, so there's those. think we're probably getting down into the lower ones. Here's kills. And yeah, you can just see how insane Greenwood was. Greenwood's camp was insanely strong. Here again. And I think we're probably through all of them now. All the alliances that were used that aren't like farms. And then deaths. And again, you can see 4th and 7th here for us. For the deads. And then our other 2 shells took some deads towards the end. We didn't get a chance to use the shells, but is what it is. And then healing leaderboards. So this is how this looks. So, yeah, 2218, 1917, 2074, 1944, 1821. And you can see the numbers just come down here. 2756 put up good heals. There's us, and then 2470. Okay. And then for kills, yeah. And then again, like this is what I kind of said. Like Greenwood were just, I mean, this is only 2 of the 3, but these 2 were beasts. They put in a lot of work. Yeah, so you can see here all the numbers. Kind of curious. 1090 kills, 975. Yeah, we traded a little positive. How'd our campmates do? 1347, 1304. Still positive, but a little less. And 942 to 950. So just about even, slightly negative. Yeah, I mean, we spent a lot of time fighting Greenwood, and you can see, you know, even number 1, like they still traded like 1.5 to 1. Which like for us coming into this KVK, we were like CC'd and yeah, asking a CC to fight a strong A, and I don't remember if 2027 was an A or a B, but yeah, Greenwood's camp was stacked, and we did a good amount of fighting against them. The trades, I'm surprised we traded positive. And then death leaderboards. You can see here, we put a lot of pain on 2218 for sure. Looks like 2027 still had some more in the tank, maybe. But yeah, so there's all those. And then we can go get a look at. I don't remember if I showed the top 10 for autarchs. I probably did, but incoming Diesel, this guy, Peck, Saya, Poseidon, Zach, Zabby, Mini Hats, Good Zeno, Teddy, Percival, Weeboo, Max, this Japanese name I can't pronounce, Satrix, our Japanese name, Wiz, Terry, Tom. I think these guys already had theirs. Diz. And 2 more Japanese names I can't pronounce. Diesel. Yeah. Okay. And then let's go ahead and let's take a look at our season retrospect here. A glorious path. 6 KVKs. Alright. So you can see here I got 36 million kills, more than 96%. April 5th, I killed 7.7 million units. So I had 36 million kills, I had 33 million heals, 96%. 2 million deads, 94% of governors. defeated 40,000 barbs and 168 barb forts. The Alliance killed 500,000. Yeah, like I mentioned, we didn't really do a whole lot of fighting out of our shell, unfortunately. That's just the way the map kind of played out. Built 304 flags. We destroyed 18. Yeah, I think we spent a lot of time in the other alliances. So we didn't get the credit for that. Killed 1.1 billion units. We healed 991 million units. These are different numbers, I think. Does that mean people... I don't know. Interesting. Yeah, healed 991 million and then 114 million deads. Yeah. So that is our retrospect. And looking at our map here, yeah, so you can see kind of the way that our show was. Greenwood were just beasts. That's really all that can be said. They were a very strong camp. Like I mentioned, there's other stuff I mentioned too, but I won't get into the fun details. But yeah, then we look at my stuff here. You can see what I spent. 14.6 billion resources for those 36 million kills. I got an autarch testimony fragment. So I need 3 of these to get an autarch itself. We didn't have the pincer in here. I think we'll have it next KVK. And then once I get 1,000 more coins from... I have one more tech to do, but I'll finish that here in a couple hours. I'll pick up another ring. And, yeah. I guess actually I didn't show off the breakdown here, too. So, like, in terms of equipment, I was at 98.6 compared to this map. I was at 99.3% based on armaments. And so I think that kind of goes to show how strong some of these other camps were. We've already had some migrations happen, but you can see here the difference in power level between all of the alliances. Yeah, you can see that power-wise, we're 1076 should have a higher one. Yeah. You can see power-wise, we're this is a main alliance. I think, yeah. This is a main alliance, and they're the only one with less power than us. Yeah. But yeah, it was fun. Our camp mates are up here, 7th and 8th. And in terms of alliance kills, some migrations have already happened. Some people are already starting to move around in other shells. But yeah, you can see here how everything is looking at least right now. Once we get stuff kind of settled away more. And yeah, like, this is what I mean. They might have people out too, but 2218 and 2027 being in the same camp was very strong. 2074 was in a different camp, and then from Fire, 1885, 1944, and 1080 were all together, but The thing about this map is that if you are Greenwood, water, fire, or earth, the only way that you can help if you're allied with one of those camps that are on the other side of the map, the only way that you can get over to help them is through Kingsland. Um, you have no other alternative, which I think might be similar to like an Alliance Invictus format. I haven't played Alliance Invictus. It might be the same though. Um, but I think that's an important thing to consider during Diplo. Um, we knew that going into that. But I think another thing to also consider is Daybreak and Wind. They have 2 +9s into like this top zone and the bottom zone. So um, I think Daybreak and Wind play a disproportionate effect, a disproportionate role on the map, and I think how each of those camps plays is very important. Um, I think that those two camps have a very different role that they have to play compared to Water Greenwood or Fire Earth. So if you'll be in a future KVK, that will likely be something to be aware of. It's a little similar to Siege of Orleans in that scenario. Kind of, sorta. Um, the main difference between like this and Siege of Orleans is, like I mentioned, about the mastery skills with Devastate. You can the forts do not last very long at all. So that puts a very high emphasis on field fighting, and it makes it where you have to really prioritize killing those devastate armies to make sure that you hold on to territory as much as you can, which in some ways is kind of nice. It prevents like these periods of people like just letting stuff burn and like doing nothing about it. But uh, for example, like for us, in the situation where we're fighting like Greenwood, who was much stronger than us on the field, um, there there was a struggle to deal with the devastate, which meant that um, it became very fast that territory would burn or like force would burn. Now I think that this could be countered by um, smart fort placements, and I think that um, if you teleport cities in a smart manner around, like you have to kind of adjust the way that you look at the cities being teleported around the forts, if you want to play against the devastates, just due to the range. And yeah, I would say that's probably one of the main pieces of feedback that I would have about this format, is that devastate was just way too strong. Yeah, but yeah, otherwise, overall, fun KVK, got a decent amount of fighting in. Um, I won't comment on like any of the stats or um, any of that, um, but yeah, hopefully all the other kingdoms, they felt like they got a good amount of fights. Hopefully the others that were involved in the Diplo chats, maybe also reread some of the discussions or some of the points that were brought up. It may be helpful if we could all provide like some points of feedback to Lilith regarding how to balance the map a little bit more. Our enemies probably have may have some different viewpoints or perspectives on certain things, which I think would also be very valuable to share. So that way, in the future, whenever everyone plays, um, we can all enjoy the game mode. But yeah, that's everything, guys, and I'll be heading out. Thanks so much for watching.